Turn it up.
Here we go.
Oh, Winner's Lounge? Oh my gosh.
Back in the Winner's
Lounge. Feels so good. What is everybody? Welcome to the Winner's Lounge.
Let's go.
Live from the studio here at DNVR HQ and the DNVR bar, where we just finished watching Serbia dominate Estonia to the score of 98, not quite 100, 98 to 64. Yeah. Serbia looks like they are on a mission. We're going to break everything down. If you're new to it, guys, Supporters Club, brand new. What is that? For $5, you can get access to a whole bunch of emojis that you can throw in the chat and a little badge next to your name that upgrades the longer you're a member. It's a really cool thing YouTube does. A lot of YouTube channels do these. If you want to support us, that's the way to do it. $15, a big supporter, Hall of Fame supporter. You get access to secret content. Over here, Harrison Wind.
Fellas, I'm glad we're watching Nikola Jokic play basketball again. Life is better when Jokic is playing basketball.
It absolutely is better. I've been looking forward to this one for quite a long time. Over there, Brendan Vogt.
He shot 4 times. He was a plus 39.
That's
plus 39.
That's a great day of work, 39. Man. Okay. That's a great day of work if you
15.
can get it.
That's our guy.
That is 15.
That's our guy.
And maybe that's the 15 we get this year. When we were talking about excitement for Eurobasket, I said I was like a 7 for this game. And I think that I am. That was a 7 on entertainment. Because this game, just to recap...
you might want to consult with me on that.
It was a 10 for you? So you would want to go 10?
I'm not going to go 10 on that now.
Okay. Should I do a fast breakdown here? I have 6 total
give
notes.
It to us.
I have 6 total notes, which actually... Sometimes the notes and how bad they are tells the story. First, Serbia, big start.
That tells the story.
When do you think that note came? Was it at 12-2?
I mean, I'm guessing you probably forgot to take notes for the first couple minutes. So I'd say, about 15-4 or something. 15-6 maybe.
But it might have been at 28-6. I'm not sure if it was then.
Whatever the timeout was when Jovic had more points than Estonia. It was 12-9.
Avramovic was stealing everything. His defense was so intense. It really set the tone, I thought, for Team Serbia. And then Nikola Jovic was scoring everywhere, doing a little bit of everything. It was 32-12 at the end of the first frame. Second frame, bench was merely okay, I would say. I mean, we're grading everything on a curve here, guys. This was a butt whooping. Bench was not that impressive. And really, the second quarter wasn't that impressive. It's funny how it mirrors the Nuggets sometimes. Third quarter, though, incredibly strong start. Avramovic started cooking, including making some shots, some big-time shots. And it was 40 points. The rest of the game just kind of played out. So like I said, not that many. But we'll start, as we always do, with some Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways. Vote, why don't you ease us into it?
Serbia is huge. Serbia is really big. They can start 5 guys with a ton of aggregate size without sacrificing things like skill. You know, I think relative agility, like at this tournament, wouldn't be an agile group in the NBA, I would think. But like you'll see it on all these high-low actions, just a big guy seals and the just that dump pass over the top, whether it's Jokic or Jovic. Both of those guys are so good at it. We got to see Petrushev back in the starting lineup today, which kind of completes that size equation.
Yeah.
And, Estonia was trying to get some threes up. That's what Serbia's kind of, I would say, vulnerable to. But ultimately, they're just too big without giving up much skill. And you could see right off the bat why they're a favorite to win this tournament.
Would you say, because they've been great, we talked about this in the lead up, all these friendly games, that this game kind of was just an extension of that? I mean, because if we talk about tune-ups, they don't mean anything. The real games will be different. This one felt like, no, their tune-ups were dress rehearsals for how they're going to play, and that was one of your takeaways, was that they're big. And the dress-ups, they were big tonight.
They were big tonight. Yeah, not to repeat myself, but it just stands out. I mean, there are a couple of moments where it's Jokic shot because he's like, how can I not? You know, this is like a real mouse in the house moment. But for the most part, like that first pass he made, you know what I mean? Like he could have scored there.
I don't know. I'm almost mad that he didn't, although the pass was pretty awesome.
That's kind of why
he's been working on that pass, I think.
Like, yeah, this bucket for me is...
He had to get it off in the first minute.
Exactly. Well, that bucket would be there for him all night long. So they're just really big, and the starters were really able to do their thing.
Yeah. Harrison.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. Estonia is not a great team, but...
I thought that was going to be it.
Adam, you're up next.
What makes
No, but Estonia is not a great competition. They don't have any big men that can really challenge Jokic. Nobody in this tournament really does. Nikola Jokic is going to look so dominant in this tournament every single game that, like, it's hard to imagine like Serbia losing a game. Like, and I know there are great teams that they're going to play. There are some other really good teams out there, but the talent that they have and how Nikola Jokic can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
That's really my big takeaway. He can do whatever he wants out there. He could have scored 30 points today, but he didn't. He let other people cook. And he finished with 11, 10, and 7. He's bigger than everybody.
Yeah.
He's better than everybody.
Yeah,
and it doesn't even matter if he's in great condition or not because these games are shorter and he doesn't have to run as much. He is going to look like the best player that's ever played this sport in most of these games. And that's my takeaway after watching him in the lead up to the start of Eurobasket and today.
As much as I agree with you, I still would say that this was an unimpressive Jokic game. He had some nice highlights, but we talk about sometimes he's in second gear, third gear. I think this was first gear. It might have been Park.
He was maybe shifting up to first gear in this
he
game.
was putting it from Park into first gear. And it really wasn't the story for me, Jokic's performance. The story of this one, or my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway, is that I absolutely love the seriousness that Serbia brings to this tournament. And they brought it in the friendlies. They brought it in everything that they've been doing. And yesterday on the show, we talked about how David Adelman, I think, is going to have to foster a culture of trust through details and precision. Serbia is where he should look for an example of that. Because I think, especially that starting lineup, they approach the game with an intensity, the requisite amount of intensity. I mean, Avramovic, I think that's one of the nice things about having an Avramovic in your lineup is, he's going to elevate it. He's going to it's like Westbrook. His energy is going to raise everybody's energy. Mm-hmm. But it's the details they play with on the offensive end that's such a joy to watch. I mean, this is really would be like the start of the regular season. They haven't had that much time to gel. And yet they play with such precision and detail and execution that it just makes the game look so beautiful.
It's maybe like the first word you'd come up with when you're trying to describe their team's identity. And like, why were they a team that was able to go toe-to-toe with the USA in the Olympics? I know it's a slightly different roster. It's this stuff, right? Yeah. It's the greater than the sum of your parts stuff, which Serbians are very proud of, a general school of and philosophy of towards basketball, but also this group, these five. I feel like in years past versions of these roster, you've seen groups that maybe had less aggregate talent, but maybe we're more on the same page. And this year is the year where it's like, okay, the NBA guys are mostly healthy and ready to play, but also they have that chemistry, that team chemistry that's going to make them, really, really formidable for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, they're such a team, and I love the starting lineup in particular. I mean, it's so funny that they do mirror the Nuggets in some ways, but part of it is that starting lineup makes sense to me. It clicks. You've got Bogdanovic and Jokic. Great. Jovic looks incredible, especially with his size. And then Petrushev, is a really solid player that can do a lot of things too. And the five of them just seem to be able to find whatever they want.
Well, also what's so fun about watching them is that not how they play, but just their philosophy is so much different than when Jokic is on the Nuggets. They treat Jokic... And I know this will change if they play better competition and probably into the knockout round and stuff. But today, Serbia's starting five treats Jokic just like he's their third best player or something. He's just
Against Estonia, yes.
He's just another one of the guys. But that's how they play a lot.
Yeah.
It's we're gonna share the ball, we're gonna make the right play, we're gonna pass to the open guy, and it's not just Jokic starting every play. It's not just Jokic making everything happen on the offensive end of the floor. It's refreshing to watch, to be honest, because we really never see, Jokic kind of fade into the background when he is on the court. But Serbia just plays a little differently. And today, he was just kind of a piece of the puzzle.
Some of this vote is talent and skill set gap between the two teams, but just think about how many times Serbia would run an offense. There would be a miscommunication from Estonia, and a guy would get a dunk or a wide open three or something like that. And that's my point is I think Serbia, the details, they're far along in terms of their ability to execute what they're trying to do.
Yeah. They sometimes almost look like a college offense, and even in the possessions that don't yield production, there's just a lot going on. There's a lot of movement along the perimeter. They create a lot of opportunities. They make the defense kind of answer a lot of questions and respond to a lot. And they're looking for a mistake on the defensive end and an open guy, as opposed to, can our NBA players cook and carry us? And look, we've talked about this. If they're in a tight game against Germany, they can and should give the ball to Jokic on the block, see what happens. But that's not how that's not Jokic's preference, and that's not Pesic's preference, and it's not this team's preference, and it was a really nice egalitarian effort today.
Yeah, you got to think Jokic loves how they're playing right now.
Yeah, I think you get the sense that he does. But again,
at least when he's on the court.
The difficulty is that you have to play this way, and it's good to foster the team, but they're not going to get that many chances to just play through Jokic. And so for me, there were times tonight where I was like, you said it was refreshing. It was refreshing in the first half.
You wanted Jokic to cook a little more?
I wanted to cook. I want to be entertained a little more.
You wanted him to shove that Estonia guy into the 10th row?
I'm curious if the Serbians in our chat feel this way, because it's not that I'm saying it's better. I'm just saying I kind of wanted it a little bit. They're up 40. I'm let Jokic throw a couple behind the backs.
I also just think there's time and place for it all. Nuggets.
I agree.
The Nuggets would love to have a 40+ assist game, and Jokic scored 14 points. And Jokic would love to do that as well. But I do think, look, that Italy game when they lost, sorry to bring it up, I was kind of feeling like there was not enough Jokic, both in terms of minutes and also usage. So there's a happy medium. And again, I think that learning that balance was one big part of Jokic's MVP ascension, going from a guy who tried to make the right play every single time to a guy who understood I can create more leverage, create more right plays if I'm aggressive early on. So
let's go quickly here. Who impressed the most tonight? Give me your top three.
I'm going to say Avramovic.
I'm taking Jovic.
Well, I'm with you on Avramovic.
So here's the thing about
Avramovic.
I had this idea of him in my head after watching him, 4 years ago, and then at the Olympics, or 3 years ago, then at the Olympics last summer. He looks just like a way better player to me than he was last year. And he's obviously starting at point guard now. He's taken that over. He's playing with Jokic a lot, but defensively, he's an absolute pest.
Yeah,
then his 3-point shot looks great too.
Yeah.
And then he got to the rim on a nice drive also. So, in terms of my expectations, he is way above him.
We all have that friend that just brings energy to everything, no matter what it is. So you show up, you're all going to do this event, and then one guy's just oh man, it's all right, everybody's energy kind of comes up. That's Avramovic. It's in his play. He can
set the tone that.
It's in his play, but he also has this walk to him that's his heart is fluttering a little too fast.
Yeah.
Oh, he's he took Adderall for sure. That guy's on uppers when he plays, and I love it. Yeah, if you're trying to cover a 30-point spread, he's one of your top picks in a pickup game.
He never stops.
And you mentioned the defense, and that was the thing. In the third quarter, he hit those threes. The third quarter, they're up, a healthy, it's 30. And he's still playing defense, And that's the stuff. And he's one of those guys where I don't think that's even a choice. I don't think that's a switch he can flip off.
Right.
You could go play pickup with him right now. He's going to pick you up full court.
Well, you had Jovic. So what did you see from him? Because he was also great.
Dominated. Leading scorer in the game, 18 points in 15 minutes. But really, it was 12 points in the opening 10 minutes.
How many shots?
He took 8 shots. He was just really efficient.
6 of 8, 18 points.
3 of 4 from 3. And 3 of 4 from 2 as well. Hit all of his free throws with 6 assists to go with it. just when you're talking about the size and the skill thing, like if that's sort of a team identity, having both, I mean, he fits so neatly into it. He's such a great cherry on top of, I think, the rest of these players.
He's kind of a luxury, man.
Yeah. And I mean, again, like last time he was still young and hurt. So it was like more of an unknown entity. And now you just go like, oh, now you just add him on top of what they've got foundationally, and it's dangerous.
I don't know if I'd call him a luxury, though. I think he completes the team because of his combination of size and perimeter skill. You know, he can shoot, he can space, but he's also so huge that a lot of these actions they run, all of a sudden he's got a little tiny guy on him. Yeah. So I think he completes it. But we got more to get to, including Miroslav, who's live from Serbia, who will be reporting with us when we come back from this break.
Shout out to our friends over at Miller Lite. It's definitely Miller time right now after a great Serbia win. They've been doing it since 1975, and they've been doing it the same way. Same recipe, same great ingredients. Now is the perfect time to stock up on Miller Lite because it's Miller time, and it's still beautiful weather out. You know, we're shifting from summer to fall, thank God. But it's still the perfect time to enjoy a Miller Lite. It's actually the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite. And like I said, they've been doing it the same way for these last 50 years. 96 calories, 3.2 grams of carbs per 12 ounces. It's a great choice without weighing you down, and it's the perfect beer for any occasion. If you're grilling, if you're hanging with friends, if you're out at a bar, Miller Lite has a taste you can depend on. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/DNVR to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
It's also the 50th anniversary of Jaws. So if you want to watch Jaws and drink Miller Lite, that sounds like a fun combo. Perhaps you're looking to get out, though. Perhaps you're looking to get out into the city where the sun is shining, your friends are playing, folks are staying active, and you want to be a part of it. You want to do that with Volo, Denver's most popular provider of adult social sports leagues, pickup games, and events. They've got sports like soccer, volleyball, pickleball, kickball, basketball, cornhole, many, many more, and in varying skill levels. You could really try to play competitively and try to win. You can play kickball with a beer cup in your hand. There's a lot of different ways to play. You can play in Lodo, Rhino, Highland, City Park, Cherry Creek, South Broadway, and more. Players can sign up as a free agent, small group, or a full team. And again, all ability levels and backgrounds are welcome to join. Use code DNVR10. Use code DNVR10 for $10 off any Volo Denver league.
All right, back here, segment 2 of the DNVR Nuggets podcast. Remember, you can hit that join button right next to subscribe if you want to become one of our supporters clubs. Keep us going. Keep us doing new things. You can get access to the 3-finger salute, as well as all the Nuggets are good, and more to come. All right, let's bring in the homie, Miroslav. Corner update. Dobre večer.
Hello, fellas.
What's up, brother? Brate, how are you?
Brate, how are you? So, where did you watch this game, Miroslav? Just at home?
At home, yes. I watched most of the games with a friend of mine at home, but for today I had a pretty busy schedule, so I had to cancel the party and just watched it on my own. So this is why all of my takes are going to be extra strong in both positive and negative ways.
That's a good point, because when you watch a game alone, I feel like your takes are way different to if you're watching with 3 people you do a podcast with every day.
So true, man. So they're coming in extra spicy. Give us your Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway, Miro.
Well, the big takeaway is Serbia is way better than Estonia, which is something we probably knew before this game started. I am very happy with the way they played in the first, let's say, 15 minutes of this game. They showed extreme professionalism in that quarter and a half. They showed that they were able to hold Estonia to like a 50-point game if they wanted to. But of course, Coach Pešić said before the team came to Riga that their plan was to use the first 2 games to further tune up the team, because they view them as another couple of prep games, because they know that Estonia and Portugal are not that strong, and that they can do some stuff to try to enhance the chemistry the team has already established. so far. And yeah, I agree. The chemistry is pretty good. And, there are a couple of things I will jokingly say were bad. The fact that they only scored 98 points after being at that point, like 3 minutes, with 3 minutes to go, they didn't score 100, which is a pretty big thing here in Europe because 100-point games are not that usual in 40-minute games. So we wanted to hit that, and especially the bettors were disappointed because there was a really good odds for Team Serbia to hit 100 points in all 5 group stage games. So that was a bit of a disappointment there. And another thing that disappointed me,
the bettors. Miroslav.
The betters.
Yeah.
The betters.
Guys that happen to have done that.
Yeah, some guys. I speak to people. I speak to people. So here's the thing. Serbia had 27 assists after 3 quarters. 27 assists in 30 minutes. They ended with only 32.
Yeah.
Now, why is this important? 32 assists is a lot in 40-minute game, but it's still one short from the all-time Eurobasket record in a game.
The Eurobasket, not even Serbian, just the
Eurobasket record was Team Yugoslavia from 2001 against the same team, Estonia. In 2001, they had 33 assists, so that was a huge disappointment for me as well.
Oh, I'm telling you, we were joking about it when they were at like 92 points with 6 minutes to go, and we were like, I don't know, man, some teams just fall apart down the stretch, but I had no idea they had history on the line.
They had, and they didn't care at all. Now,
oh my God. So I think I cared. I looked down at the first half at some point at the box score. I don't know if it was at halftime or not, but they had 19 assists on 20 baskets.
That's crazy. That's what I like to see, man.
And then they tailed off a little.
I mean, I think the extended garbage time group actually might lost their minutes together in this game. So that was part of it. But what did you think of the substitutions in this game, Miroslav, both in terms of the patterns and their ability to play without Jokic on the floor?
Well, first of all, you mentioned how great Aleksa Avramovic was in this game. I think that is a really good takeaway from you guys. Aleksa Avramovic played only 11 minutes in this game.
That's crazy, man.
That was by design because they were trying to play Vasa Micic as many minutes as possible. Yeah. Because they're trying to reintegrate him into the team. They did the same thing against Slovenia, by the way. Aleksa also played like 11 minutes against Slovenia as well. And we know Aleksa can give you 20, 25 minutes of extreme intensity on the court. So those 11 minutes, yeah, I think he had something like 3 steals, 2 deflections, 1 3-pointer made, and 1 offensive foul yielded in his last first 5 minutes on the court. He was amazing in this game. So that was one big thing for me. They really tried to play Vasa as many minutes as they could. He at the end played for 18 minutes and was horrible. Yeah, but I'm guessing that's pretty expected since he just came back from the injury. But still, that was a one big pebble in the shoe of Team Serbia today. The other thing we saw, you mentioned Nikola Jokic being plus 39 in this game. That's actually not true because FIBA will sometimes botch those things. I actually counted the points. He was plus 44 in these games. Serbia was minus
keeping
9.
The plus minus by hand?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I always record the score when he exits the game and then again when he enters back, so I can easily calculate those things. Serbia was minus 9 in non-Jokic minutes today. And you think that's not significant because there was a lot of garbage time minutes, right?
Yes.
Well, wrong. Because this is Eurobasket. There are no garbage minutes in Eurobasket.
Well, sure.
Yeah, you have to play for the point differential in Eurobasket. Now, granted, Serbia will probably win all 5 games in the group stage, so that doesn't count. But God forbid they lose a game against Turkey or Latvia. they might be the third seed because of it. Because if you have three teams with this, the same record at the end of the group stage, you can get really bad seeding because of that. So, and another thing, there are no backups in national teams. They should all feel the same pressure when they're playing. They're not supposed to bleed points. They're supposed to fight for their minutes, especially because, as I mentioned, you have to fight for the point differential in every game up until the elimination phase, because at that point it doesn't matter anymore. So yeah, I think -9 with Jokic off the court is significant, and I think it was mostly because they were horrible on defense without him on the court. I actually disagree he had a bad game or uninspired game today. I think he was awesome on defense. Defense worked amazingly with him on the court. He was the glue guy of that defense. And on offense, I mean, it's not that big of a surprise they didn't play that well on offense without the greatest fulcrum in the history of basketball. But still, we've seen some Vasa Micic bad plays. We've seen some Goodrich bad plays. We've seen some Bogdan Bogdanovic back. He had 5 turnovers in this game, and some of them were really loud. But as I mentioned, they played really well for 15 minutes, showed us they can. And then after that, they tailed off a bit and played an uninspiring 2 quarters of this game.
So the defense, he helped shut down the high-powered Estonian offense. Okay, I'll give that to you. I'm teasing here, but here's the thing. So
that rim field goal percentage is going to look pretty good after this game.
My only concern with it, and I'm not going to call it a concern, but these tournaments are so quick. They just happen. They'll be over before we know it, and they just started today. And I just hope that there are moments where they do go through him a little bit more because they'll need him. Now, you could argue, what would it have done tonight? Like, if you played through him, he probably would have posted up and scored. But that's my only concern through pool play is I hope there's a few moments where it's like timeout, coming out of a timeout. We got to go through Jokic a handful of times in a row and play that way because we're going to need it in tight moments.
Amazing.
And he's gone.
Incredible.
He's gone.
Incredible.
Did he just leave? Did I offend him?
Not only that, the stutter, we got a cut. We basically got
a
cut.
That was such a bad take. Adam, I had to leave. Sorry.
Oh my
gosh. You were saying, please continue.
What?
I think he is.
Did it freeze?
He finished his point.
I cut off in the middle of your sentence, so can you please?
Yeah. I was just saying that as much as it wasn't needed tonight, I do hope that they play through Jokic more at some point in these early games, these pool play games, because they're going to need it in bigger moments. And I've just seen these tournaments and how quickly they end. And tonight, if they had 5 games like tonight, and then you get into an elimination, I'd be like, well, are they ready for when you have to go to Jokic 8 times in a row?
I couldn't agree more. And people might think I'm trolling when I say I'm disappointed with non-Jokic minutes today. They're going to play a much better team than Estonia in this tournament in the elimination stage. And if you had Team Italy that cannot miss an open 3 and play slow defense in non-Jokic minutes, you're going to get crushed in those minutes. You're not going to be in -9. You're going to be in -19. And then what's going to happen? So this is why I'm so cautious about these things, because Estonia shot horrible today. They made 8 threes from 36 tries. A lot of those were pretty wide open. Now they did make some of close contested ones as well, but they just missed some shots they shouldn't have missed, and Serbia used that and won big. So yeah, there are teams with better shooting. There are teams with quicker guards that will exploit those minutes in a worse way for Team Serbia. So this is why I wanted to see more from this game. But I guess we might need to wait for the Portugal game to see if they will be able to, build on what they did today and play a more solid 40 minutes of game time.
All right, we have to take our second and final break, but on the other side, I have a question I'm very curious about because you take us inside Serbia. I'm curious what buzz there is around this team, and you said something or made reference to something earlier that I thought was interesting. The 2001 team is the one you said that had that. That was the Eurobasket record-setting team. That team is legendary. Is there a bridge between the fans of those legendary teams of the 90s and 2000s and this one? Are people making those comparisons yet? I want to get Miroslav's thoughts on the other side.
I'm still shocked that the plus minus is always wrong.
Well,
Are we sure?
Miroslav is wrong.
Why don't we go
Miroslav
back to
hand
that? Count was right. I got questions.
Are you thinking about buying a home in Colorado? Check out American Financing. We're in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market. Competition is down. Serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. If you're a first-time buyer, or if you're not and you're looking to upgrade, downsize, buy another property, now is the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. And here's the kicker. When you work with both American Financing and their partner, American Home Agents, you can save an additional 1%, up to $10,000 on your home loan. American Financing, they're the place to start. For home loans, if you're thinking about buying a house, if you just want to get that process started, give them a call, 303-695-7000, and tell them DNVR sent you. If you call them up, if you work with American Financing, let them know DNVR sent you. Don't let the 20% down minute stop you. You could buy a home with as little as 3% down. And with down payment assistance programs available, getting into a home might be easier than you think. 303-695-7000, AmericanFinancing.net, NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
If you were hanging out at the bar today, you might have seen our friends from Red Hawk Roofing. They also brought you our big takeaways on today's show. They're Denver's best roofers. They're part of the DNVR team. Go with the pros at Red Hawk Roofing. Get your roof checked once a year. It's preventative medicine for the home you pour your life into. And make sure you're checking out the little stuff before it's big stuff and before you know it. There's stuff pouring into that home you poured your life into. With Red Hawk Roofing, there's no project too small. They're your go-to for everything from minor repairs to full roof replacement on your home or business, and they want to build that long-lasting and trusting relationship with you, the customer. So, look, they're not looking to make an extra penny where they can. They're looking to make you feel like you were satisfied and that you would recommend them to a neighbor or a family member or a friend. Supporting your local teams means also supporting local businesses like Red Hawk Roofing. If you're looking for a new roof over your home or business, be sure to check out Red Hawk Roofing at redhawkroofing.com or call 720-771-8921. Tell them DNVR sent you.
By the way, in the bar tonight,
That's right.
Red Hawk Roofing.
They were here.
Also, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm in a book club now.
That's fun.
Me and Brad.
Are
Red
they
Hawk
in it?
Roofing. Yeah, we're in the we have a
Two-person
little
book club?
That's
Two-person book
incredible.
club, man. That's the absolute homie, man.
What are you guys reading?
Book he sent me. Business and Life book. I like it.
Okay.
Let's bring in the homie back, Miroslav. So Miroslav, I fell in love with those teams of the 90s, the story arc beginning with Coach Pesic out in Bormio back in 1987 and following all the way up into 2002, the Serbian team there in 2002. And you just mentioned that team is the one that set the record. Well, this one almost did it tonight in their sleep. And so it makes me wonder, there's hopes for this team. They look really good and could be special. Are there any discussions amongst your most fanatical friends about, hey, this brings back some of what we felt back then?
When we talk about Coach Pesic, you will hear two stories in Serbia. One will tell you he is the greatest national team coach of all time, and I'll explain why. And the other is he's just, too old to do his job. And he is saying himself, I am the oldest coach in the world, and I shouldn't be coaching right now, but I guess you're not giving me any choice. But you made a really great connection between the 2001 and 2025 team, because yes, both teams were coached by Coach Pesic, and Coach Pesic was the coach of German national team in 1993 after Bormio, and he won gold medal with German national team as well.
That's right.
And that was a team without, who was the German from the 80s? Detlef Schrempf. And that was before Dirk. So they had no NBA players, and they won Eurobasket in the biggest upset in history of Eurobasket. Like, nobody had any idea that Team Germany might win, over Croatia with Kukoc and Raja, and Dražen was already dead, unfortunately, then. But, Sabonis were there for Lithuania, and they won it. Then he came to Team Yugoslavia, or Serbia, really, because it was a small Yugoslavia, and it was 2001, 2002 gold medal. So he had a perfect record as a national team coach. And actually, his only flop in his national team history is the 2022 Eurobasket when they lost the top 16 game against Italy. That's the only stain in his resume of national team coaching. So basically, yes, people are expecting the gold medal for two reasons. One is one of the best teams we've ever had. And the other reason is also Coach Pešić, because we have infinite belief in him as a motivator and a tactician and stuff like that. So, yes, I agree. That team in 2001 was one of two most dominant Eurobasket teams ever. The other one was in 1991 in
20-point average.
Yes. This one was even worse. It was like 24-point average, something like that. 2001 was crazy. Like they won the quarterfinal against Latvia by, 50 points. Scored 25 threes. It was an insane game. So, yes, I agree there's a really strong parallel between these two teams, and we do expect Team Serbia to continue rolling on this competition. I'm just, watching for those side things that might take them sideways. I don't want to have any risk involved when the elimination games come.
Well, let's wrap up this portion on Serbia here by just looking at some predictions, and you can play along with us. My first one I'm going to ask you guys is, do you think at any point in this tournament, Jokic will get a triple-double?
Yeah.
Yes.
A lock?
He almost got one today.
Miroslav, is it a lock?
Yeah, it is a lock because he didn't play in the fourth quarter. He had 11, 10, and 7 in, 23 minutes.
But he might only play in the fourth quarter like 4 times.
That's going to be enough.
Yeah, so he'll have one.
All right. 2 triple-doubles?
I'll say yes.
I'll put him down for at least 2. Yeah.
I might stop there, though.
Who wants to go the highest? Who wants to put ahead and put their name on? This is how many he'll
I'll
get.
go 3.
3?
Yeah.
Miroslav 4. Can you go that high?
No, I will only go 2.
2. Me too. I agree.
All right. You
I'll
go
go
3.
3.
I like it. I'll go 4.
I'll go 5.
We'll get an elimination round. I'll take it.
Eric comes in. I'll go 6.
Eric comes.
All right. What about this? His high score in this tournament? Because again, there's a part of me that wonders if Jokic's going to average 14 points.
Which team is going to make Jokic score?
Estonia, tonight, the pass you're talking about, they guarded him one-on-one with a guy that was like 6'8".
They were trying to make him a scorer.
And Jokic did it. I'm telling you, was this, the pass we're talking about, was this a good pass or an unnecessary?
It was very unnecessary.
Yeah.
I feel like he went into this game saying, I'm trying this pass the first instance I get.
It was like he twisted
I've
in a
never seen it
weird
before.
way, like he was off balance.
It was insane.
And then threw it.
And the part that you can't overstate is that he simply would have scored. Like he would have. He would have
5 feet
scored.
away from the hoop with a 6'3" guy on.
Yeah, and I'm with Win. That was a choice. That was a choice.
But I'm goddamn glad he did it.
Okay, I have a theory here because you know how Jokic does in his warm-ups before the game. He goes, the first out of all of players.
Yes.
And he has like a lot of peace on the court, a lot of space for him to practice all of his little hooks, all of his little, shots. And I'm guessing he was happy with his, touch at this moment. He was like, I don't need to shoot in the game. Like, I know I got it. So I'm just going to make everybody amazing around me. And, if I have a worse warm-up at some point, I'm going to, work myself into the shape. So, yeah, I'm guessing he was just happy with his warm-ups.
What about this one? Did you see Coach Pešic's behind-the-back pass to the referee? Did you miss this?
I missed it.
Am I the only person that saw this?
I think so. Yeah.
You saw it, Miro, or no?
No, I didn't.
Somebody in the chat has to see what I saw here. He gets it. He gives it behind the back. It was beautiful. I thought, oh my God, he's got some moves.
He was a point guard.
So did we give our high score? What do you think his single game high score will be in this tournament?
I'll say 37.
I'll say 29.
But
not.
Damn it. I wanted to say 29.
He's not getting a 30 ball? Come on.
Only because
Why? Why though?
if he does, it's because he has but he'll also have 13 rebounds. And
How many
14
games can he
assists.
play like he did tonight before teams will stop, really try to make him a scorer? Because I know that he could do either
He's
one.
going to put up 30-something against Lithuania. Mark it down.
He
Mark
does.
it
He
down.
does
That's a
give.
lot.
He does give Big Val
He gives
that
Val
work.
Valanciunas the work.
He really does every time.
So you 28 then, Miro?
No, I'm gonna stick with 29. I'm sorry. I'm not.
I'm going
taking
My
mine
guy.
off.
35.
I'll go 33. I do think, but I am worried. I'm not worried, but I do wonder if we're going to see a tournament where we have more sub 15-point games than north of 20-point games. And it just happens to be that he needs like one or two of those. And we keep looking at these box scores, 14, 12, and 9.
You will get 35, 40-point games from guys like Lauri Markkanen, who is the only guy that can score on his
Yeah,
team.
good point.
Or
Right.
like Kristaps Porzingis or Luka Doncic. Those guys will score in bunches because they have to. I don't see Nikola having to score as much. And in those games when Team Serbia will face really strong competition, I expect those games to end like 80-75. And that's why I don't expect such high outputs.
Right.
Well, before we let you go, Miro, did you get a chance to watch Lithuania today? You said you were very busy.
I was busy. I didn't watch it. I so much didn't watch it. I even thought that Valanciunas played off the bench, which was not true. He was actually a starter.
He started.
But that's the way FIBA box scores work. You have to watch for the little star next to
This
the
guy
player
very
that means-
anti-FIBA box scores. There's a lot wrong with him.
He hates them.
I'm used to the best box scores in the world. What can I say, guys? Like I'm used to watching NBA with you guys, and I see these problems, and hopefully they'll make it better.
Miroslav, I know our mutual friend Milos really doesn't like Lithuania. Like that's his Lakers. Do you feel the same way?
For me, it's Spain because we've lost way more games from Spain than from Lithuania. The reason Milos hates Lithuania is a very pitiful 1995 final game when
30
they
years ago.
lost the game against Serbia or Yugoslavia, and they were like just crybabies about it, like they didn't want to come back to the court, stuff like that.
Yeah.
so
They
that's
lost
the reason
poorly
Milos
30 years
hates
ago.
them.
Yeah, never forget.
Yeah, and Milos will never forget it. It was always funny to me, and there were some stories about that final game, like many years after. I think it was Vlade Divac who asked like the guys, "Why did you do that?" And we were just making pressure on the refs. We wanted to make the some a momentum for our team late, and that was our play. So, yeah, you should have seen Arvydas Sabonis crying like a little baby.
Okay, we better get him out of here before we lose our Lithuanian audience. Miroslav, thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
You want to talk about that Lithuanian game?
Yeah, I
for
was
just
going to say, let's get to
second?
Big Val here.
So Big Val was the player of the game in this
Man of the match?
early mornings. Was it 3 a.m. here?
Something like that.
Something like probably not that early. I don't know. It was early. Big Val, 18 points, leading scorer of the game, 7 of 13 from the floor. He grabbed 9 rebounds as well, 5 offensive rebounds. And I only watched the highlights, not the game. But yeah, on the roll in the post, just too big. And we talked about how the Serbians look big. Jonas Valanciunas looks real big. And he was the biggest player on the floor against Great Britain. Same deal, right? Not the biggest competition out there, but Big Val looked great. 18 and 9, 5 offensive rebounds, plus 24, which was a game high.
He is huge, and I do think it's underrated
Big Val.
that Jokic is huge and Val is huge because there are a lot of backup centers that are like long. Like you think about Gafford, or even Lively. It's like they're long. You got a lot of length there.
They're
you have a
not
lot of
huge.
size. And that's a double-edged sword because maybe there's pace and speed and some other things you lose. But when you watch him in that game, he looks like Jokic did.
Yeah.
He just looks enormous. And there were a few rebounds where if he planted himself on the block, the guy was like, crap, I have no chance of grabbing this. No matter where the ball bounces, it's going to him.
Well, I think out of his 9 rebounds, 5 were offensive rebounds. And I just think the rebounding on the Nuggets next season is something that's just going to be dramatically improved. Specifically because it's going to come from the bench and Valanciunas. That's an area where they struggled last year. But he's just such a load inside. And I'm excited to watch him in this Eurobasket, run too.
So because it was 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. our time here, I obviously did not catch this game. I did watch the highlights, which by the way, the highlights were like 3 minutes long. You know, the NBA, they make like the 15-minute
It's pretty much every basket.
Yeah, it's pretty much every basket, which is still not that great, but at least you get a sense. This one was like 4 baskets.
and they're all Jonas.
Yeah, they're Jonas. I was kind of like, you know what?
Dude, here's another note on this game.
Yeah.
Lithuania has some awesome uniforms. Mm-hmm. Their colors,
they have a good color scheme.
Are awesome.
Very Brazilian. Yeah, like a little Brazil going to it. Here's my thought from the brief highlights I was able to catch of this game. Every team runs more or less the same stuff. There's little mild tweaks, and how guys are. We were talking about watching Serbia and how much they look like the Nuggets. Some of that is just basketball is moving towards, a center. But they did run actions that are very identical and utilized Val in the exact ways that Denver has traditionally used their backup center. And the play we always talk about, because it's like the staple of the Nuggets, is that rip DHO action, which, just so you know, Jokic with the ball in his hands at the top of the key. Back screen from Murray, usually for Aaron Gordon, because you don't want to switch that action. Aaron Gordon goes for a lob, and if you switch, because to save yourself, a point guard's guarding Aaron Gordon. He's too strong. So it's a really tough one. And if you shade to take away the lob, Jamal comes over for a handoff on Jokic. When Denver traditionally runs this one with DeAndre Jordan or some of their other centers, oftentimes what they'll do is rather than the back screen and the handoff, they'll instead have it pinned down. So Aaron Gordon in this case would pin down for Jamal, then they come off to the handoff. This is how Lithuania ran it in this game, and they did it a couple times in a row with Jonas there and would get a lob or get something else. The reason I bring it up, it's always nice when a guy is used, when they talk about he's used the same way, they do similar stuff. It's kind of cool to watch him. Denver's not throwing something at him that he doesn't already comfortably do.
Right.
Complex as it might be, he already has his own wrinkles, and I actually like that they run it a little bit differently, and likely in Denver will run it a little bit differently, but it's just still like you have a continuity there in watching him play.
Yeah, and I mean also Lithuania, like that's a team that's very well coached, that plays a very like Lithuanian brand of basketball. It's, read and react, unselfish stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's a pretty complex offense that he's in, and going from that to what he'll be in Denver, which is also a lot of, read and react stuff. It could be a great transition. I agree.
Shall we go around the association?
Let's go around the association.
That's, of course, the Federation of International Basketball Association.
So we already mentioned that big win there for Lithuania over Great Britain. By the way, chat just asked name a good Great Britain player. We did that exercise right before the show.
OG Anunoby.
Luol Deng.
And then Luol Deng and Ben Gordon, I think, have made appearances as well.
Wow.
So yeah, big win for Lithuania over Great Britain. Portugal opens up the tournament with a win over the Czech Republic.
How big?
62-50. Very low scoring game.
Wow, 62-50.
62-50. Very, very low scoring game.
I remember when I said I thought the pool was easy, and there were like a bunch of Serbs that were like, "Don't sleep on Portugal."
Well, Portugal. I don't know if you were going to get to this.
Yeah.
Nemis Keita.
Yeah.
The 21-18 today.
Really?
21. I think he set a record for rebounds in a game or something.
I love that.
I'm glad you were able to find. I mean, that's like most of the statistical production in this game.
Yeah, he had 21-18 in a 62-50 game.
That's dominant.
That's big time.
Yeah,
I did not
player of the game, I'd say.
Didn't even realize that Cueto would be at this tournament, so that's really cool. That's fun to see.
Portuguese.
A big win for the Portuguese there to open up the ceremonies here, the tournament. Germany. Another favorite in this tournament, big win, 30-point win over Eric's Montenegro.
What I was actually going to ask Miroslav was who he thinks is the biggest competition for Serbia.
I think he told us Turkey in the pool.
In the pool.
No, just in the whole thing.
Just Germany and France. Those are the two. Yeah,
I think those are right. Well, maybe a little Finland.
And Germany. Guys, speaking about Team Germany, I have a little Colorado ties here. Did you know Tristan da Silva is playing with Team Germany at Eurobasket?
He's German.
4 points today for Tristan da Silva.
He's got his brother on the team too.
How many points they put up?
They put up 106. It was a 30-point win over Montenegro. Franz Wagner had 22. Dennis Schroeder had 21.
Come on, Guduric.
And
Why'd you have to sell so hard at the end of the game?
Oh,
Shooters in the building. Andreas Obst, who you guys might remember as the sharpshooter.
Oh, Obst.
5 of 6 from 3 as he dropped 18 points in this game as well.
So they rolled in their first.
Germany's got a
cruises.
squad, man. I mean, in their starting lineup, they have 3 NBA players, but then they have De Silva off the bench, Isaac Bonga off the bench.
And their non-NBA guys are good. Like Oaks is a good example.
Oaks is really
Like
good.
They got a good squad.
They've got and Voigtman as well, who didn't have a big game,
That's
but I
right, your
remember him
guy.
as my guy. And then go over to the Montenegro side of things.
Snuck that one in there.
Nikola Vucevic, not Vukcevic in Serbia, but Vucevic for Montenegro. 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. He was a minus 30, however, in the loss.
You know, he's in the Lori marketing category.
I will say this: if you're
only
into
guy
like
on that team.
scouting the future, I imagine that is a bit of a practice. Like Montenegro would be the C version of Serbia. Just they have a big that does all those things. They're going to try to shoot a lot of threes. So when I see that score, to me, I keep my eye on it. You only get so many practices, right? A practice round. I'll bet Germany treated that one more like a practice or a tune-up for Serbia than anything. Real quick, you guys see, man, my guy Franz Wagner, he's going to be a controversial figure this year.
Is he?
He is at the heart, at least on basketball Twitter, which means it's in real life as too, I assume. He is at the center of the Hooper versus basketball player schism.
Is he? I've not seen
There
this.
are a lot of people that think he massively underrated or massively overrated. He's going to become a lightning rod. I see it already.
Especially juxtaposed with Paolo right there.
The ultimate Hooper.
The ultimate
Right,
hooper.
yeah.
Speaking of ultimate hoopers, how about the ultimate Turkish hooper, Shane Larkin? 15 points for Shane Larkin for Team Turkey. They had a big win today over Latvia, the hosts, 93-73. Team Turkey, Shane Larkin, 15 points. Chetty Osman with 20 points as well. Şengün had 16 to add.
Turkey's got a squad.
Turkey's
too.
got a squad. Again, Osman, Şengün, Furkan Korkmaz, shout out.
Yeah, I remember him.
And again, Shane Larkin, who, if you don't know, Shane Larkin's been getting it done in Europe for a long time.
Larkin's like been one of the best players in Europe. the
European
last
Steve Nash.
5 years.
European Trae Young. maybe?
We know our Serbian friends absolutely love when American plays for a European team at a European tournament. That's their favorite thing.
What was the spread on that game? How much did they win by?
They won by 20, 93-73.
Well, Latvia never is good in international play, despite having Porzingis. They're just never good.
They've got Porzingis and the Bertans brothers as well. Not a great showing for really any of those names, as Latvia, rough start there for the hosts in this tournament. Let's keep it moving here. The game of the day was Finland with a 3-point win over Sweden.
Rivalry game.
Rivalry game is right.
Peninsula rivalry
And
game.
let's see, so far, this is the highest scorer of the tournament of the day. Unsurprisingly, Lauri Markkanen with 28 points. Got to the line 14 times, fellas. But he was the big time scorer for Finland in a big time win there. A nice close win over Sweden
Did you
to
see
open
some of
things
the
up.
stats Markkanen was putting up in the
Yeah, he was having
friendlies?
some games.
Like 40, 45.
He's good, man.
So he's great. And he, I think like, let's call it 2 or 3 years ago now, he had a breakout year, I think at the NBA level. But it
he had a
followed
bad year last year.
It followed what's been like a successful, like when he suits up for Finland, like he's been a problem, and he was again today. Team Sweden, I don't know.
Finland versus Sweden, that just feels classic,
That
doesn't
feels
it?
classic,
It's a
right?
Scandinavian rivalry.
It's a rivalry right there.
Goes back thousands of years.
Yeah.
I don't recognize a single
Leif
name.
Erikson.
You got any more?
Eric the Red.
No,
Kale, quiet, quiet, Kale. We're talking
Same
over here.
peninsula.
no.
bringing
Just
your facts.
The only other one I have here is a nice reminder that Serbia won 98-64.
And we're like, they were good. They did score in the last 5 minutes of the game. We got 8-7 minutes here, fellas.
Well, just so you know, tomorrow's game, Spain is playing Georgia to open things up. We got Israel versus.
Do you guys know our guy Dave DeFore last year was on the coaching staff for Georgia?
I mean, he says that, but
No, he was.
No, I know. I saw Dave.
Is he on it this year?
No, I don't think
I
so.
saw Dave at the Clippers round of the playoffs. He told me he's on his way back to Georgia to receive a medal.
Good for Dave DeFore, man. Our guy.
So much better if you've met Dave, by the way. That story.
I'm actually a knight.
Did they
crazy.
medal in the last competition?
I don't think that they did, but it sounds like he did personally. What a treat.
He got a medal.
What a treat.
The team did not.
Belgium, France tomorrow, and Greece, Italy as well might be your game of the day tomorrow.
Greece versus Italy.
Giannis is playing, right?
Of course.
Nice.
He's slapping his teammates in the
Right.
face.
In the
Have you
back
guys
of
seen
that,
this?
He did that, yeah.
Isn't that a little weird?
Because
Because that was a slap, man.
I mean, that's how Greek people communicate with each other. It's a very handsy culture.
it was a real slap, though. If any of you guys slap me,
What's up?
No, I'll tell you, it actually has happened to me one time. Can I tell you
Really?
this story?
Yeah.
I was in a little town called Port Elizabeth, South Africa.
nice.
There was the Super Bowl of rugby called the Super 14 or something like that. And I latched on to this bachelor party of guys. They were like, oh, the American. And this one guy bigger than me, 6'6". It looks like McChesney,
Sure.
big buddy guy. And I
Barely
wasn't
bigger
really
than
understanding the rules because it's hard to follow. But at the last, I knew we won because a big play had happened. And I think I'm going to give this guy a hug. And I come over to him and he just full on slaps me in the face. In the middle of what I thought was the ultimate, we did it. Get over here. Just a full on slap.
Oh my God.
And then kissed me
And then
on the
kissed you?
cheek. And I was like, what the hell just happened? No explanation.
Where were these guys from? South
Africa.
All right.
makes
Well,
me
that's
wanna-
good to know if I ever.
To this day,
celebrating a win with anybody from South Africa.
To this day, I have no idea if that would happen.
Was there any explanation or anything?
No, but he followed it up, like I said, with a kiss, so it wasn't anger.
That was part of
That
the
was
celebration.
part of the celebration.
We did it.
And I'm telling you, just a full-on
Oh,
slap.
man. That makes me
want
want to go back to Serbia to watch a soccer game again.
Oh, man, for sure. Although it was a
badly.
little sketchy, that part.
Yeah, that was the best part.
Kale, we have a super chat. Let's see if we can stretch it out into 3 minutes.
4 minutes.
Ah,
It's a super sticker, but
jumping up and
for
down.
the podcast
saying,
listeners, yeah, it's a
number
paired
one
character.
fan. I like that. Is that what is a sect? Do we ever remember? Yeah, look up what it is.
Now
when we do
might
this.
also be a good time to say join the supporters club.
Oh, there's an example right there. Oliveira, part of the supporters club.
Oh yeah,
There
let's
we
shout
go.
them out. Actually, bring them up. Do you have them that we can scroll? I think I can scroll up to them on this
DNVR
one here.
Supporters
Nope, I
Club.
cannot. They went away.
Sign up. Just hit the join button right under the stream, and you get access to all these awesome emojis. We had a new one debut today. The supporters club members have it.
Kyle M, background, Oliveira, who we just showed, Steve Wynn, Tommy. We've got a bunch of members.
We got a
and
bunch, man.
appreciate
You're also
you
going to
hanging
get
out.
exclusive content. There's a behind the scenes video of us at DNVR up on our channel right now for supporters club members
It's
only.
actually pretty good. You can see how we plan the show.
It's
Little
pretty
stuff
good.
like that.
It's pretty good video, I will say.
Yeah, a lot of Taco Bell. It's very prominently and
Well,
heavily
it's
featured.
been a heavily featured thing in my life.
SEK is Swedish crowns.
Swedish crowns. There you
Sorry
go.
about the loss today.
Sorry about the loss.
Sorry
Tough
about the
one,
loss
but
today,
number one fan
Thanks for
nonetheless.
kicking it with us.
I guess I'll end. I could just tell a little story. I told you guys this privately, but we can do it publicly since that's how this works. My favorite thing right now that I have going on, I love training my 8-year-old in basketball. It's addicting.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm turning her into at the moment? Everyone's going to hate me for this. Carmelo.
What?
Because she's 8, she's just learning, but it's I'm just teaching her pivots and her jabs.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But it's fun to watch her because she has these saucy moves. Kids at that age, it's a little robust or whatever.
Right.
Her footwork is very impressive.
You know how lucky you are, right? You getting someone that's into this, a kid that's
Oh, I
into
know.
this.
Oh, totally.
That was not a guarantee.
It definitely was not.
I'm very happy.
I have 2 daughters. One of them's
So
into
I
it, one
think
of them's
my daughter might be a lefty.
not. How do you know already?
She's using her left. When she picks stuff up, a lot of times she moves it over to her left hand,
Oh, I think that's
which
really
would be
interesting.
crazy because me and my wife are not lefties.
Is that how lefty works?
I don't know.
It's every family is just all
hand
lefties?
dominance genetic?
I don't know if it is.
I'm gonna check that out.
What is it? Just random?
My daughter, though, because I have 2. One of
a
them
good
is
question,
short. My
actually.
wife is short. One of them is short. My 8-year-old is taller than my 10-year-old.
Yes, it is influenced by genetics.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Yeah,
And
there's no. It's just random.
she's on a 4th grade team, but she's 3rd grade and the tallest one. It's kind of funny with a little mellow game to her at the moment. So
Well,
lots of fun.
Teach her guard skills.
you got to teach them, man.
Don't
know.
let her just be the tallest, so she's the center. You got to
the
teach her guard
the
skills.
Serbian school. I can let her do all things. All right,
Ball
everybody.
handling,
Thanks for hanging out with us.
passing.
Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that like button on the way out.
We all silly like the mayor.